Hello, my friends. Welcome to Friend English Podcast. I am Danny, and today I am very happy to practice real English with you. In today's podcast, we are going to learn 30 must-know real-life phrasal verbs. Now, maybe the words phrasal verbs sound a little difficult, but do not worry. We are going to learn them with easy English, simple situations, and examples you can use in your daily life. Phrasal verbs are very common because native English speakers use them all the time at home, at work, at school, with friends, and when they travel. If you understand these small expressions, everyday English becomes much easier to follow. A phrasal verb is usually a verb plus a small word, like up, down, on, off, out, or back. Together, these words can have a special meaning. For example, you know the verb wake and you know the word up, but together we say wake up, which means to stop sleeping. You might say, I wake up at 7 every morning. Very simple, right? Today, we will focus on useful phrasal verbs like this, not strange expressions that you almost never hear. Listen carefully to each example, and if you can, repeat it aloud after me. Let's begin with number 1, wake up. Wake up means to stop sleeping. You can say, I usually wake up at 6:30, or I woke up late this morning. Imagine your alarm rings, you open your eyes, and you look at the time. You are awake now, so you have woken up. Here is another example. What time do you wake up on weekends? Maybe you answer, I usually wake up around 9. Notice that waking up is not exactly the same as leaving your bed. That brings us to number 2. Get up. Get up means to leave your bed after sleeping, or simply to move from a sitting or lying position. Maybe you wake up at 7, but you stay in bed looking at your phone for 20 minutes. You woke up at 7, but you got up at 7:20. Listen again. I wake up at 7, but I usually get up at 7:15. You can also tell someone, come on, get up. We're going to be late. So, wake up means your sleep ends, while get up usually means you physically leave the bed. Number 3 is turn on. We use turn on when we start a machine, light, or electronic device. You can turn on the television, turn on the computer, turn on the light, or turn on the air conditioner. For example, it's dark in here. Can you turn on the light? Or, I turn on my computer when I start work. Now say this sentence aloud. Can you turn on the TV? Good. This is a very common phrasal verb, and you can use it almost every day. Number 4 is the opposite, turn off. Turn off means to stop a machine, light, or device from working. Before you leave your house, someone might say, please turn off the lights. At night, you might turn off your phone or turn off the television before going to bed. Here is a useful sentence. Don't forget to turn off the oven. You can also ask, can you turn off the music, please? So remember the pair. Turn on means start it, and turn off means stop it. Number 5 is put on. Put on means to place clothes, shoes, glasses, or something similar on your body. In the morning, you might put on a shirt, put on your shoes, and put on your jacket before leaving home. If it is cold outside, your friend might say, put on a coat. If the sun is very bright, you can put on your sunglasses. Listen and repeat. I need to put on my shoes. Notice that we say put on your jacket, not use your jacket, when we mean dressing yourself. And now we have number 6, take off. When we talk about clothes, take off is the opposite of put on. You arrive home after a long day, take off your shoes, take off your jacket, and relax. For example, you can take off your coat. It's warm inside. Or, I always take off my shoes when I come home. We also use take off when an airplane leaves the ground, as in, our plane takes off at 8 tonight. One phrasal verb can sometimes have more than one meaning, but the situation usually helps you understand which meaning is correct. Number 7 is go out. Go out often means to leave your home to do something social or enjoyable. Maybe you go out with friends, go out for dinner, or go out for coffee. You can say, I'm tired, so I don't want to go out tonight. Your friend might ask, do you want to go out for lunch tomorrow? You can answer, sure, that sounds good. In everyday conversation, you will hear this expression again and again. Number 8 is come back. Come back means to return to a place. Imagine you leave your house in the morning and return in the evening. You can say, I usually come back home around 6. Someone in a shop might tell you, please come back tomorrow. If your friend leaves the room, you can ask, when are you coming back? A very useful pair to remember is go out and come back. You go out, spend some time away, and later you come back. Number 9 is look for. Look for means to try to find someone or something. Maybe you cannot find your keys, so you say, I'm looking for my keys. At a store, an employee may ask, can I help you? And you can answer, yes, I'm looking for a black jacket. If you want work, you can say, I'm looking for a new job. This phrasal verb is useful for objects, people, jobs, places, and many other things. Number 10 is find out. Find out means to discover or learn information that you did not know before. Maybe you do not know what time a store closes, so you check online to find out. You can say, I need to find out what time the train leaves. Or maybe your friend tells you some surprising news and you ask, how did you find out? Think about the difference. You look for something when you are trying to find it, and you find out information when you discover the answer. These small differences are important, and hearing them in real situations will help them become natural in your English. Number 11 is pick up. Pick up has several meanings, but one very common meaning is to collect someone or something. For example, I need to pick up my children from school. Maybe your friend arrives at the airport, and you say, I can pick you up at the airport. We also use pick up when we lift something from a surface. If your phone is on the table, you can pick it up. Listen and repeat, I'll pick you up at 6. Number 12 is drop off. Drop off often means to take someone or something to a place and leave them there. For example, I drop off my daughter at school every morning. If your friend gives you a ride, you can say, can you drop me off near the station? You can also drop off a package at the post office. Pick up and drop off are a useful pair. You pick someone up when you collect them, and you drop them off when you take them somewhere. Number 13 is hang out. Hang out means to spend relaxed, informal time with someone. Maybe you meet your friends, drink coffee, talk, and enjoy the afternoon together. You can say, I like hanging out with my friends on weekends. Someone might ask, do you want to hang out after work? This does not usually mean you have a special plan. It simply means spending time together and relaxing. It is very common in casual English. Number 14 is eat out. Eat out means to eat at a restaurant, cafe, or another place away from home. You might say, we usually cook at home, but on Fridays we eat out. Your friend may ask, do you want to eat out tonight? Maybe you are tired and do not want to cook, so you answer, yes, let's eat out. Notice that eat out does not mean eating outside in the open air. It usually means eating somewhere like a restaurant instead of eating at home. Number 15 is run out of. This means to have no more of something left. Imagine you want to make coffee, but there is no milk. You can say, we've run out of milk. Maybe your phone battery is almost empty, and you say, my phone is running out of battery. You can run out of money, time, food, water, or many other things. Here is another example. We need to go shopping because we're running out of bread. Number 16 is give up. Give up means to stop trying to do something because it feels too difficult, or to stop doing a habit. For example, learning English can be difficult, but don't give up. Maybe you cannot understand a sentence today. That is okay. Try again tomorrow. You can also say, he gave up smoking last year. Listen and repeat. I won't give up. This is a short but powerful sentence. Number 17 is work out. One common meaning of work out is to exercise. You can say, I work out 3 times a week. Maybe you go to the gym, run, or exercise at home. But workout can also mean that a situation ends successfully. For example, we had some problems, but everything worked out in the end. The situation tells you which meaning the speaker is using. In daily conversations, both meanings are very common. Number 18 is calm down. Calm down means to become less worried, angry, nervous, or excited. Imagine you are nervous before an interview. Your friend might say, calm down, you're going to be okay. A parent may tell an excited child to calm down. You can also say, I need a few minutes to calm down. Be careful when you say this directly to someone who is angry, because sometimes calm down can sound unfriendly depending on your voice. Number 19 is hurry up. Hurry up means to do something faster because there is not much time. Imagine your bus leaves in 5 minutes. Your friend is still getting ready, so you say, hurry up, we're going to miss the bus. A parent might say, hurry up and put on your shoes. You can also tell yourself, I need to hurry up. This expression is very common when people are late or in a rush. Number 20 is slow down. Slow down means to reduce your speed or do something more slowly. If someone is driving too fast, you can say, please slow down. If an English speaker is talking too quickly, you can politely say, could you slow down a little, please? This is a very useful sentence for English learners. You do not have to understand everything at full speed. Sometimes asking someone to slow down gives you the extra time you need to understand clearly. Number 21 is look after. Look after means to take care of someone or something. For example, I look after my little brother after school. If your friend goes on vacation, they might ask, can you look after my cat? You can also say, she looks after her grandmother on weekends. Listen and repeat. Can you look after my dog? Remember, look after does not mean simply looking at something. It means taking care of it. Number 22 is get along with. Get along with someone means to have a good relationship with that person. You can say, I get along with my coworkers. Maybe someone asks about your brother, and you say, we get along really well. If two people often argue, you might say, they don't get along. This is a useful expression when talking about family, friends, classmates, and people at work. Number 23 is call back. Call back means to return someone's phone call. Imagine your friend calls you while you are busy. You can say, I'm working right now. Can I call you back later? If you see a missed call, you might say, I need to call my mom back. Here is another useful sentence. He said he would call me back in 10 minutes. This is very natural phone English. Number 24 is fill out. Fill out means to complete a form by writing the required information. At a hotel, office, hospital, or airport, someone may say, please fill out this form. You might need to write your name, address, phone number, and other information. You can ask, do I need to fill this out? You will hear this phrasal verb often when dealing with forms and documents. Number 25 is try on. Try on means to put on clothes, shoes, or accessories to see if they fit or look good. Imagine you are shopping for a jacket. You can ask, can I try this on? Maybe you try on some shoes and say, they're too small. A friend might say, try on the blue shirt. I think it will look good on you. This is an essential phrasal verb for shopping. Number 26 is clean up. Clean up means to make a place clean and organized. After dinner, you might say, I need to clean up the kitchen. After a party, everyone can help clean up. A parent might tell a child, "Please clean up your room." Notice that we can say clean the room or clean up the room. Both are common, but clean up often gives the idea of removing a mess and putting things in order. Number 27 is throw away. Throw away means to put something in the trash because you do not want or need it anymore. For example, don't throw away that box, I still need it. If some food is old, you might throw it away. You can also say, I'm cleaning my room and throwing away things I never use. Listen and repeat. Should I throw this away? Number 28 is write down. Write down means to write information on paper or somewhere else so you can remember it. If someone gives you an address, you might say, wait, let me write that down. During an English lesson, you can write down new words and useful expressions. For example, write down 3 phrasal verbs you want to practice today. This can help new vocabulary stay in your memory. Number 29 is check out. Check out can mean to look at something because it seems interesting. Your friend might say, check out this new cafe, or you should check out this English podcast. At a hotel, check out also means to officially leave at the end of your stay. You can ask, what time do we need to check out? Again, the situation helps you understand the meaning. And number 30 is figure out. Figure out means to understand something or find the answer to a problem. You might say, I can't figure out how this app works. Then, after trying for a few minutes, you say, oh, I figured it out. This expression is very useful when you are learning something new. English can sometimes feel confusing, but little by little, you figure things out. So today, we practiced 30 must-know real-life phrasal verbs that you can hear and use in everyday English. Do not try to memorize all 30 at once. Choose 5 today, say them aloud, and make one simple sentence with each one. Then choose 5 more tomorrow. The goal is not to know a long list. The goal is to use these expressions naturally when you speak. Thank you for listening to Friend English Podcast. I am Danny, and I am very happy you practiced English with me today. Keep listening, keep repeating, and keep using English in your daily life. Small practice every day can make a big difference. Keep going, do not give up, and I will see you in another episode.